They are my clients and I'm so happy. इनका फाइनली वीजा आ गया है. आपका क्या मोटिवेशन था? हाउ यू स्टार्टेड? या बस सर नहीं कर?
ने यही सोच के स्टार्ट किया था कि दैट it will be good for our children. They can go and complete their education over there. It will be a good future for them. I found out about you through a newspaper ad that we saw.
Yeah.
And somebody had recommended to us. We came and met you. We thought we could put our confidence in you. The way you talked to us, the way you told us about your experience.
Started talking to him. It was basically a leap of faith. The ad अपनी जगह पे, references, recommendations अपनी जगह पे होती हैं. But generally it's a leap of faith, and it was a leap of faith. So, and opportunity has been good. Our experience has been very good with Vinod. I hate the length of time that it's taken for the process, but that's Canada itself. That's nothing to do with Vinod and the process and the effort he's put in. Allah हमारा हो गया, and we've gone through the entire process. We started talking to Vinod way back, 2014, I think.
Yes, sir.
And like I said earlier, it's basically a leap of faith. We got to know Vinod, we got to know the way they work, and they've been very professional. Our experience with Vinod's team, Vinod himself has been very professional.
At a personal level, I'd like to add that he, Vinod especially, is a thorough gentleman, and we felt like family. Dealing with them, his staff, and very helpful, very cooperative, very professional.
I think the entire process was a learning experience for us also. But getting all the documents right, getting the things in order, I think that was a tedious process. But we've been through it now, and it's just opened up a new chapter in our life also.
As far as our number of interviews was concerned, I think so. They handled it very well. And they hired lawyers and took care of that. Got us an extra interview, which finally worked out for us. So
at some point in time, it got very irritating as well. But it required him to be very firm with us.
Very patient. Yes, we should add patient with us.
Patient with us.
Yes.
So we had to be very
patient. As we were also patient. Yes.
So, but that's the nature of the game itself also, right?
You
that's
need
what
that kind of documentation. You can't.
That's the kind of documentation. This is not
you
Pakistan. आपको documentation, detailing, हर sources of funds कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, क्या आ रहा है, कैसी जा रही हैं चीज़, फिर वो वहाँ से पैसे कहाँ गए, फिर वो वहाँ से कहाँ गए, वो obviously इतना track तो हमारे कोई नहीं रखता.
True.
So just reconstructing the thing had become quite a bit of a challenge. So if you are coming into the process, this is for your clients, says it is a lot of hard work. It is.
So that's been there.
So I think overall it's been a good experience for us.
Would you rate my advice कि जो विनोद ने कहा how was it? वो कितना सही था या कितना aligned था with my direction? The advice, that's the point. When we meet the client and we listen to their situation, फिर हम उसे बताते हैं कि अच्छा, this is what you should do.
Okay, we don't have a alternate.
Something to compare it.
Yeah, we don't have any other consultant that we've discussed it with. But my feedback on that is that it's been very good. Your way you guided, checking programs, comparing programs, and determining which is the best one to go with. I think that's been very good. I kind of appreciate that because you were able to assess our situation after we discussed it with you again, and you were able to select the right program for us. So we really appreciated that side of things. If we go back and look at it, if we would have selected any other program or any other option to go forward with the Canadian thing, but I think this was the one we selected was the right one to go forward with. So your guidance was
spot on.
my advice, just really for anybody going after immigration is, if your consultant is not giving you a specific time, then believe him. It is that they do not have.
It is not in their hands.
So we were asking again and again how much time, and they would say, okay, it should be very soon and should take this, without being very specific or without being in. But that's just them being realistic, because they themselves don't know precisely how much it will take.
Yeah.
The ICRC has its own expected average time frame that each process is going to take, but that's the federal program. First thing, it was, like I said earlier, it was a leap of faith, right?
Yeah.
Dusra jo hai, when you listen to a person, so you obviously sift through stuff that they are communicating with you, and those relationships that is established or on basis of a contract and there in commercial terms to it, तो वो जो है वो generally ज़्यादा professional होते हैं. So once the contract was in place, वो एक दफ़ा contract in place आ जाते हैं, तो फिर वो कि there is a proper guidance that is taking place.
Yeah.
Right? It's not because there is commercial thing, because you are now a stakeholder to our successful case. Right? For anybody taking on a new thing of immigration process, कि ठीक है जी आपने contract कर लिया, आपका तो automatically आपका जो consultant है वो आपका partner बन गया in your success, right?
Yeah.
So एक ये चीज़ होगी. दूसरा, when you listen to people, obviously you hear views from outside as well. There's internet available for guidance and insight as well. So generally जो है वो confidence level आपका बढ़ता ही जाएगा आपके consultant के बारे में. खास तौर पर हमारा जो विनोद के साथ था वो तो हमारा बढ़ता ही चला गया. Okay, so the point I was trying to make is that जब आप कोई भी consultant देते हैं, हमारे केस में विनोद, ठीक है, we took on the first step, we took the consultant on and everything. आगे जो है वो they have to lead us properly, and we have to. It's a lot of hard work getting all the documentation right, getting everything right, and getting through the process. So whoever your clients are coming down the line, that is something you have to tell them, the effort that they will be required to make.
True.
So because it is a genuine amount of effort and it requires a lot of time as well.
True,
on the part of your client. Client समझता है कि जी मैं पैसे दे रहा हूँ तो मसला हल हो जाएगा. That's not the case.
Yeah.
That's not the case. There is effort involved, and I give a lot of credit to Aisha. अगर ये आयशा ने इतना वो मेहनत नहीं की होती अभी तक हम बैठे हुए होते.
1000%.
हाँ, तो वो because वो डॉक्यूमेंट ट्रेस आउट करना, मुझे तो ये नहीं मालूम घर में किधर पड़ेगा.
ऐसे ही
वो है ना, चीजें निकालना वो काफी एफर्ट लगी. And sometimes it used to get very searches करें डॉक्यूमेंट्स को जो है वो HR से बनवा कर लाना है, ये करना है, वो करना है, whatever the effort that was required.
So sir, our expertise was there to guide you as far as what is required.
Of course, man, Vinod, that goes without saying. That goes without saying. Without, देखो, it's once the contract is in place, आपने advance दे दिया, उसके बाद जो you realize that the consultant not up to it, so it's very easy to walk out of that arrangement, right?
Yeah.
So I think we were comfortable with you. We've always been very comfortable with the thing, and we found you very professional.
It has to be prepared to get all the required documentation. It's not that it is a required thing. So the more documentation we provide, I think the better it is. I mean, the more easier it becomes for the consultant to prepare your case. So that is there. You have to be prepared for that. Somebody has to be ready to do that kind of work.
जैसे हमारे इंटरव्यू में
जी सर,
they talked about the tax.
Yeah.
अभी वो रिटर्न जो है वो फाइल कराते हैं टैक्स कंसल्टेंट से. We don't look at things as closely as we need to. So you prepped us very well for the interviews as well, and that was good. That was something
that we
really
had mentioned before also.
So
the questions were very well prepared. For the interview we were.
It was like कि एग्जाम में जो ना पहले से वो गेस्ट पेपर लेकर जो गए हुए होते.
Right.
So that was very good actually.
Thank you, sir.
That was very and way we walk through each, और जो gaps identify करना डॉक्टर वो जो हमारे process में जो documentation में gaps थे identify करना, and having our answers prepared for those gaps, that's also very important. So because everybody is leading a legitimate life, you know, regular process है, खो जाता है documentation में चीज़ फला document missing है आपके पास for whatever reason नहीं available हो रहा, या आपको मालूम नहीं कि यार इस बार रिटर्न में मैंने जो ना वो इनकम तो शो की हुई थी, अदर इनकम में क्यों शो हुआ था ये?
So the foundation that I see here for me, honestly, is my commitment. If I say yes, it's yes. You know, I need to work for that. Two is the dedication of my whole team, and third is the expertise. यार ठीक है, ये दोनों चीजें हैं, साथ में expertise भी है, so we can deliver to the client. This is where I feel, you know, I feel very much connected to what I do.
I think what at the end of this, what we basically will do is we'll recommend people to use Immigration Ways. Immigration Ways has the requisite expertise to provide you the best services with regards immigration or consulting on immigration. So, you know, we went through a particular specific program. There are several others that are available, and the guidance is important. And I think the Immigration Ways has the right expertise available and the right professionalism available to take you through the process.
So I would say that when we came to them, they took our all the details, and I think they made a very realistic assessment of what our chances were and where we would fit in, which program we would fit in best. And they were very genuine. They were very realistic. They did not give us any false hopes and set us up for failure by just trying to follow a path that would not work. So I think in that way he did a very realistic assessment of our case, and we succeeded at the end of it. Took us time, took us effort, but we worked with them. They helped us. They worked with us. So it was a very good experience.
So
we would definitely recommend them.
What we are saying is, while we recommend Immigration Ways and Vinod, especially for the effort they put in, they're very committed people. But आप लोग जो ना, every transaction you do, every deal you do, every interaction you do, you have to obviously have your eyes wide open. Or compare, look, I'm very comfortable with working with Vinod and his team. So
thank you, sir.